Good morning, everyone. My name is Alberto Hernandez. Thank you for joining us today to learn about 5 keys to transform customer experience. As you all know, I'm sales director at Doble Group. I've been working with Doble Group for the last 5 years and working in webinars since day one, probably. So we're going to start right ahead. We have a very good quorum, so let's just move forward right away. Um, Again, 5 keys to transform customer experience. That's what we're going to talk about today. A brief introduction before getting into that topic. We all know that in today's customer-driven market, the experience matter more than ever. Okay, there might have been a time where you have an experience and it's connected to someone at a place or a company or a brand, and that experience is totally isolated from what you would probably tell everyone on the street. It could be a bad experience or a good experience, but that's not what normally happens. Okay, what normally happens is that you communicate to everyone what's going on, whether it's bad or good, and it's normally you normally communicate the bad things more than the good things, because the good thing is what's supposed to happen. Okay, so being that said, and this is what we're going to talk about today, the idea of exceeding the customer experience is what makes you communicate a good experience. Whenever you have an experience that is to what you were supposed to get, you will most likely be not driven to share that experience. But whenever that experience is exceeded, you will probably communicate it to anyone near you. So this is definitely what has a big impact on business priority nowadays. Okay, and this is what we're going to be reviewing on the next couple of slides. Here's a couple of facts before we get into those 5 items. It is estimated that by 2020, customer experience will be the most important differentiator between brands, overtaking both price and product. And I want to say that maybe for developing countries 2020, but for Caribbean and some of the less developed countries, 2023, 2025, maybe a little bit more, depending on which country you're living in. But the idea behind this statement is that we have to work better at being at having a process that is basically customer driven, and that everyone working around a company should be customer driven to whatever they do. What's the challenge that companies nowadays are presenting based on what we just said? Basically, that the expectation of the customer is much higher than ever. Okay, and going back to what I said on the first slide, the idea of a customer promoting our brand, talking about us because of the good experience they had, it's more difficult to accomplish. And this is because of that high expectation that the customer has. It is possible to get it to go there, but for that, you need to know who your customer is. And that's one of the items we're going to talk in a couple of minutes. So the risk of not meeting customer expectation is very high. And now with the web, the mobile access, it allows customers to change brands with just one click. So the minute I'm not happy with you, the minute I'm not, the minute I do not agree with what you're doing, or what you're telling your other customers, I'll probably switch to another brand. So you have to be really connected to the customer. And that's the main focus of today's topics. The challenge, as we said, deliver a superior customer experience is very challenging nowadays. Stand out from the competition. So now we're talking not only about learning what the customer, what your niche requires, what they want, but also learning about what the competition is doing. So it's very important to have that in mind. And the last is drive measurable results from increasing customer retention and attraction to new customers and driving incremental revenue. Okay, so we're talking about retain what you have get new customers, and with the customer you already have, do add-on sales or increase whatever revenue they are providing you month to month. Okay, so those three items are the challenges nowadays. Okay, another couple of facts here: 95% of the high stakes of a customer's expectations use more than one channel to communicate with companies. We're talking about customers being able to have access to different channels to communicate with a company, and that's more than I think it's probably more than 95%. All of us have probably been interacting with a company in more than one channel. And this is according to Forrester research. According to Forrester research, also a dissatisfied customer can easily influence over 1,000 people on social media, and this is a very high number. And then this number will definitely impact you if you're a small company or medium company. According to Harvard Business Review, it costs 25 times more to acquire a new customer than retain an existing one. It could take up to 25 times more for this to happen. This is what Harvard Business Review is saying. And with that in mind, I want to say that it's not probably just more than not probably up to 25%. Let's set an example of 5 times more. No matter the size of your company, if you're investing money on marketing to get leads, to get customers inside your company's account wallet, um, paying 5 times more for that customer is a big amount of money. So when saying that it could cost you up to 25 times more, it's very important to consider how we're treating our current customers. Okay, and we have had, all of us, very, very bad experience anywhere you go. It could be any country. I've been traveling since I'm 5, and I've been recollecting memories from customer service experience, from sales experience, from marketing experience also, um, since probably 20 years ago. And everywhere you get a bad customer experience, and this is acceptable. We are all humans. We are it is human to do errors, okay? But the minute you know that you make an error with a customer, you have the chance to amend that, to correct it. So that's the important thing. Do not see your employees or your teams as perfect humans that will never never do an error with a customer. Just it is important to understand that whenever we have the chance to fix whatever we did wrong with that customer has the opportunity of really seeing what's behind our company as values, and that will definitely, if we do it right, will definitely attach that customer a lot more to us than you would think. So last fact is basically that according to Deloitte, only 18% of the companies have fully integrated contact centers. This means that, and by fully integrated, I mean, it means that we have 3 commercial departments that are basically the face of our company. This is marketing, this is sales, and this is customer service. It means that if I have an experience because of what marketing communicated, and then I talk to sales, and sales is not connected to marketing or to customer service, whenever I call customer service to complain, they will not know necessarily what I'm talking about. They will have to put me on hold, they will have to talk to sales, look at my account, see what's going on, and then validate with marketing just to understand what marketing said that sales didn't accomplish and that I'm complaining about on customer service. So whatever I'm doing to customer service, they have to go into another system and they have to get information in order to come back to me and provide me with a proper answer. And that's just one example of what could happen behind a customer service department when it's not integrated without all the tools. Okay, so just a heads up there. It's very important to have that in mind. We're aiming in America, in the the developed countries, to have um, by 2020 um, this as a statement we read at the beginning, um, customers really connected to the brands exclusively by the customer experience, not by pricing, not by quality, but customer experience. Okay, so being that said, if we're aiming to that, having 80% of our companies integrated, it's a very low number. It means that we will not be ready by the time we hit 2020 or 2025 for Latin America. So please consider that and act in accordance to that. Okay. So now we're moving forward to those 5 keys that we mentioned before. 5 keys to transform customer experience. Key number 1 is to get a better grasp of your customers' wants and needs. Okay. Being that said, do you know who your customer is, who your core target is? Do you know them? Do you know what they need? Do you know what you can provide to them? Do you know what you can offer to them? All these questions are important. So basically, it is impossible to give your client what they want if you don't know what they are, or what they need, who they are, what they represent. So each representative of the company, from sales, marketing, customer service, should have a clear picture of the customer's base along with their wishes and needs. Being this said, no matter who you are in customer service, if we gather information from these customers coming from marketing, because they came to the company because of the marketing research, and then going through sales, and now they are in our hands, customer service, we do have to have a full profile of this customer, understand who this customer is. So being this said, there's 4 items to consider here. We have to meet the people who keep us in our business, which is the customer. We have to know them. We have to understand them. We have to know, out of all the targets we're aiming to, who that individual is and what they need from us as a company and how they like it. And this is a very hard thing to accomplish if we're not connected, if we're not talking to these 2 other departments, marketing and sales. We also need to provide effective solutions to this customer's unique concerns. Okay, we cannot treat them as all the same. We cannot come with a script answering questions as robots. And we also have to treat them as individuals, not as numbers, more or less the same. But in this case, please never talk to a customer about his customer number. Talk to him about, refer to him with his last name and first name. And also understand the habits and patterns of these customers. If we have patterns on sales, if we have patterns on the customer complaints from this same person, please take an overview on this, do the analytics, and come up with an overview of who this person is and how they behave before you talk to them. And you can do that. The call is coming in, and if you have an effective CRM, the CRM will pop up his record even before you say hi to him or her, and you will have an overview, and you will understand this person's habits and patterns quickly. So it's important to see it, to have this connection between tools, between departments, and this is what we're talking about before. Next item is basically to give each customer a one-to-one journey. Just for you to understand, the journey is basically the experience the customer has once he gets into our company. Whenever they can come knocking on the door and directly start talking to a sales representative, but they can also come from a marketing campaign. So no matter where they come from, marketing, sales, whatever they're living, whatever they're going through is a journey. So that journey is basically um, designed by marketing and sales most of the time. Sometimes not even design, is just there because that's how we decided that the customer was going to, the hoops and the loops the customer is going to go through in order to buy something from us or to get something from us. But that experience, that journey, is basically what we're talking about. And when we say in one-to-one, we know that most of the times, the customer has to interact with different people. But what we're saying is that we want these different people to be one. So when we're saying give each customer a one-to-one journey, we're talking about customer to company, not customer to 3, 5, 7 different individuals in my company who talk differently, who behave differently, and who approach differently uh, to this customer. And so basically, that's what we're saying here. Okay, so there are not so many ways on which a customer can interact with a company. So not only about the journey, but also about the channels, because I could be stuck in the same part of that journey, evaluating the product, trying to get information from this product, and I could be doing it at different channels. Same journey, same path, 3 different people on the same step of that journey. Okay, but they also have to have the same language, the same tone, and speak to me in the same way. And if I have a CRM, if I have a tool that allows me to gather this information and to understand how far I've walked through on this journey, that CRM will probably understand how much information I have from this product because system is documenting how much I've written over a website, which is also possible. Amazon has tools that allows them to understand how much I've written out of a product description, and that allows them to qualify me. And if Amazon had a store, which I'm pretty sure they do, but they said that Amazon was also a store, and I get into this store physically, they will probably be able to get into the CRM and have an overview of the last product I was looking at and how much information I have from this product. So when I'm talking to this sales rep, they will be at the same level I am, and they will not be explaining to me things that I already know. And this is also important. Just setting an example. I'm not saying that you have to be Amazon to accomplish this. You could be any type of company, and as long as you want to have the same conversation with your customer, no matter the channel your customer is reaching to you through, um, you can have that as long as you have the proper tools. Establish a company persona and voice is item number 3 here. Training for customer service, marketing, and sales representative is a good way to make sure that everyone in the company is not only familiar with the company's voice, but also that they are completely comfortable being everyday spokespeople for the company. Okay, so it's very important for people to talk the same language, to talk the same tone, and to accomplish what we said on step number 2. We have to have this constant training with customer service, with sales, with marketing, so it feels for the customer to feel that they're talking to one big person. Okay, so if you're using a CRM platform, you must provide integrated training programs and effective support to help this goal happen. Okay, so being this said, as I said before, not only integrate CRM to the other departments so they all know, so they all can document on this customer profile what's going on, but also whenever you're given sales strategies training or any type of training related to sales, marketing, and customer service, you have to think about your CRM solution if you have it, in order for that CRM for that training to be connected to this automation system that you have. Okay, so we all know that on the retail landscape now, we have so many channels to reach a company. And customer may choose to interact one, on two, on more than two channels. But the idea is basically to set an opinion on the brand, on how you satisfy them, no matter on how many channels they talk to you. So I'm not gonna necessarily complain or be happy about how it went on one of those channels. I'm going to have my experience based on what happened over and overall. Okay, so I could be talking to you over WhatsApp and over Instagram, and I'm very unhappy with what's going on. But the minute I call and I talk to someone, this person is very nice, very easygoing, solves everything in a minute. But I already had to dial the numbers in order to get in contact with this person, and I was not happy doing that. So being that said, and taking it to the first thing we said on this on this item, we have to talk the same language, the same voice. We have to create this customer persona, company persona. This is very funny. Humanized self-service. And I was saying something about this at the beginning, and there was this radio show Sunday or probably Saturday talking about customer experience through probably a telco company or a bank. I'm not sure. But the thing is that this person was talking about something that happens to me every time I talk to a bank, for example. They have a script and they go through it and they think you're a robot. And I personally said to them, look, please don't answer to me as if you were reading a book. Listen to what I'm saying, and please understand that sometimes you have the chance to break the rules, So what I'm trying to say here is that I think everyone on this webinar has had that experience where you talk to someone and you definitely feel that you're talking to a robot at a certain point. So please consider this. If you have scripts, please go over them. Do reviews with your customer service reps, with your telemarketing reps. Sit down with them, explain to them what you need from them and how it has to feel for the customer, how the customer has to feel in this call, and also do shadowings, do the audits, and go through this because it's very important for your team to feel comfortable with what they're reading. And the reason why they feel like robots is two things. First of all, they don't feel comfortable. They don't know the material. They don't know the rules, first of all. Second of all, they have to have permission for whatever decision they take. So when you have your boss breathing on your neck, looking at everything you do, and going through all your paperwork, everything, just to make sure that you're doing things right, you're not going to feel comfortable with that, and you're going to sound like a robot because you're focused on accomplishing everything according by the going through the rules. And I'm not saying that if you're free and you know everything, you're not going to follow the rules because you don't have your boss breathing on your neck. But it is important for people to feel comfortable and not to feel like they're spying on them every time they do something. Okay, you probably are. You're probably auditing every time, but they shouldn't feel that way. They should feel comfortable, and they should feel free to make decisions, important decisions. Okay, so just make it easy for them. It'll come easy to the customer too. Consider this. There's another fact here. 34% of the millennials say that they rather get into the dentist to clean their teeth than to call customer service. And this is according to desk.com. This is a very important number. 34% thinking about going to the dentist out of the calling customer service. And this is for you to understand how uncomfortable it is to call a customer service line. You have to go through an IVR, pushing buttons. If you're dialing from a mobile phone, you might have to hang up the call and call again, because sometimes the IVR do not recognize the inputs coming from a mobile phone for some reasons. So it's very uncomfortable to go through these hoops to get in contact with someone. I know they're trying to filter it, but at the same time, they're not only filtering to get you to the right person, they're just trying to delay the time in which you hit the conversation with someone else. So last but not least, use the right tool to facilitate customer experience management. There's a couple of tools that you can use, not a couple of brands, but a couple of tools: CRM, help desk, automation tools or BPM are actually tools that you can use to make a better um, work and make your process work properly. So the statistics have shown that using the right tool is an integral part of providing and managing an optimal customer service experience, and this can boost definitely your revenue. So when you consider that it's our studies shows 90%, but would you consider that more than 90% of the customers have bad experience looking through customer service support via mobile phone, via phone conversations, emails, text messages, online chat? It is clear that many companies have to work to improve the experience of customer service. And again, since we said before that 18% of the companies do not have tools integrated and the commercial departments integrated, it is obvious that the right path to move forward is basically to focus on having an automation tools that allows you to integrate and allows for everyone on your company, marketing, sales, and customer service, to speak the same language. Okay. So, being this said, CRM is what we normally recommend. Is very effective, and once you have the proper culture in your company set up along with the CRM, you'll most likely succeed on each department. Marketing for ROI, sales for improving sales, and customer service to improve customer satisfaction. So basically, those are the five recommendations that we have for you today. We're going to close down with a quick video of Service Cloud, which is a tool that allows you to have a well-managed customer service center along with a well-equipped sales team and marketing team. So I'm going to and leave you with it for a minute and a half probably.
Happy customers. Let's keep them that way. On second thought, let's make them happier with Service Cloud. Let's personally connect with each customer how they want, the second they need. On the world's #1 intelligent customer service platform. An advanced AI-powered platform that better empowers managers to better empower agents, to better connect with customers, anytime, anywhere, through any device. Finding solutions faster, even before the customer knows there's an issue, using the advanced algorithm of productivity plus efficiency times infinity, where the solution equals more productive agents, more efficient cost, more satisfied customers. A platform that unlocks legacy customer data, aligning service, sales, and marketing with a 360-degree view of each customer. So everyone is in the know, knowing more about the customer than the customer may actually know, which for customer success is good to know. A platform that scales with you, providing customers with a consistent, convenient, omni-channel experience across every channel. Social, web, text, email, calls, products, self-service portals and communities. That new thing we're told is so hot right now.
So hot right now.
Because like your customers, you're able to quickly adapt to change, keeping your business agile to your customer service needs. Plus, it connects your entire mobile workforce. So field agents are in the loop, even when they're driving the loop. You can also integrate with any back-end system and customize any service process with low-code tools like Lightning and Process Builder. And you can quickly plug in thousands of trusted pre-built service apps on the Salesforce App Exchange, all while receiving the latest tools and innovations 3 times a year, built on the trusted and secure Salesforce platform to help keep your agents and customers happier at every step. Visit Trailhead to get started and learn how to keep customers happier with Service Cloud. Blaze your trail with Salesforce.
So that was basically a quick demo of what Salesforce can do with specifically and customer service.